Hey folks, Danny Wike here. Ed has asked me just to share a little with you about what I feel like God is saying to me in this crazy time that we find ourselves. In 2 words, not much. I don't feel like he's saying a whole lot, but I'm really okay with that. You see, 10 years ago, this month actually, I got out of a almost year-long drug and alcohol rehab. Down in Atlanta, Georgia. It was inpatient, and I was away from my family for a year. It was one of the most painful times I've ever experienced. It was unprecedented, and yet it was one of the best things that could have ever happened to me. I learned how to listen to God, to follow God, to surrender my way of doing things, and I think most importantly, to actually believe He loves me just as I am. And there's nothing I can do to have Him or make Him love me more, and there's nothing I can do to get Him to make Him love me less. He is amazing. And so I learned those core principles 10 years ago, and though there's been some difficulties along the way, I feel like what He's been saying to me, not just in the last few months, but in the last couple of years, that He wants me to press into Him. And I don't think it's an issue of faith. I think it's an issue of belief, and I think there's a difference. I mean, He said, without faith, it's impossible to please Him. And yet He said, if you just have the faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. I think it takes faith of a mustard seed to believe the gospel, quite frankly. That's a crazy story. God sending His own Son for us. I mean, that's crazy. I think the faith thing is settled. I think it's more belief. I think the belief falls on specific circumstances and ideals and particulars in our day-to-day life and things that He has said, that we are His Son, that He loves us unconditionally, that, as it says in Colossians, we are holy, blameless, and above reproach. It's settled. It's finished. That He is Jehovah Jireh, that He loves us and will provide for us. So my encouragement is, and I hope you get this from me, is that it's difficult. There's no question about it. These times are crazy, but you've got this, and you've got this because He's got you. So hang in there and just keep showing up.